Welcome to Adkwart Studios. I want to ask a serious question. And you, as an African, I want you to give me an answer or give your comment. Is democracy good for Africa? That's the question. Is democracy good for Africa? Democracy, which some people call it demon crazy. Has it helped Africa? Who taught us democracy? Is it the Western or the Americans? You will watch a video and you'll be surprised. Yeah, I can say my wish because we are in democracy. If you watch and see what is going on at Burkina Faso, we need to decide for. Now, you give your answer. Because democracy have not helped Africa. The politicians have not helped Africa. If one man, within a short time, as a soldier, not a politician, then Africa need to decide for. I'll be giving room for questions. I will not be straightforward. So when I give praise, then you answer. Democracy is not good for Africa. It does not help Africa. And now, Africa is now enlightened because of one person. Now, they say we are enemies of ourselves. They say Africa is enemy. The problem is the African, not. But let me tell you, the enemies are far away. Thousand miles away. And they try to influence the people around a visionary. We will watch a video and you will be surprised how these Western and Americans operate to bring Africa down. Because if Africa is down, then they will have access to take away our gold and our resources. And now Africa is saying no, never again. Please take your time and watch this video.
Phrase, but sometimes it echoes louder than truth itself, a covert one, not with tanks, not with bombs, but with spies and Burkinabe traitors. And the target? President Ibrahim Traoré. The discovery has sent shockwaves across the Sahel, because this is no longer just a domestic affair. It's regional, it's international, it's personal. So the question is, how deep does this go? And just how far eliminate Captain Ibrahim Traoré? But the plan fell apart. Why? Because even in a time of shadows, some men still stood loyal. The plot was exposed, the network cracked, and Basie, he fled. To where? Ivory Coast. And there, he was welcomed, not as a fugitive, not as a traitor, but as a partner. Within weeks, Basie assumed a critical role. He became the head of the Office of Investigation of the Crackdowns, a title that sounds he earned it, because to the Burkinabe soldiers, he's more than just a leader in uniform. He's one of them. You see, unlike many heads of state who sit far from the battlefield, protected by distance and wealth, Traoré stays close. He doesn't joke with his soldiers. He stands with them. And when the world turns its back, he defends them, even against civilians. We've seen it. Quietly embedded with rebel groups, government forces, even terrorist factions. They serve anyone with deep pockets and clear objectives. And more often than not, those pockets trace back to the West. So when we say the West profits from African insecurity, it's not just a slogan, it's documented reality. These private armies thrive in chaos. In a world where betrayal is funded and truth is manipulated, loyalty becomes the most dangerous form of resistance. It used to be only the West spoiling Traore's image, but right now, it's Africans spoiling Traore's image. This, of course, has a purpose. Currently, it will be hard for Africans to believe any news coming from the Western media, and a trail of betrayal that could burn them both. But here's the bitter irony. President Alassane Ouattara now appears to be ignoring the very people he claims to serve. The investigations by Burkina Faso's intelligence services reveal something chilling. Ouattara doesn't intend to win the 2025. A war is coming, not just with weapons, but with lies. How can Africans conspire to destroy their own countries? We often blame the West, but the truth is, Africa's greatest enemy has always been from within. The West can't fuel chaos without Africans willing to be used. Sadly, betrayal has become a recurring theme in our history. And what about the Ivorian people? While some stand with Traoré, others deny their government's involvement, blinded by misplaced patriotism. They accuse Burkina Faso of lying, even as the evidence piles up. But Traoré isn't waiting.
So, let me ask you a serious question. So, who are the problem for Africa? And who are the enemies of Africa? If Africa failed to stand with Ibrahim Traoré, let me sound a warning. Nature will not forgive us. Nature will not forgive us, and generation to come will not forgive us. Listening to this video, I believe you have been enlightened that these people from far away will like Africa to go on democracy, not as democracy as their own, but democracy which they can use to oppress Africa. The enemy, they create enemies within Africa, and the weapon they use is money. They use money as weapon to betray a man with a vision. Yeah, Oti bebre because Besa kind of brofana just a commentator. But my main can sembia a beboy a BB 40 through Ghana. Mibusa say democracy aboy. One nye musika no bekasa aboy. But me aka say de ye hu wo Burkina Faso pa yi de and the democracy mo ai e bi afi na ebe boy but mo now nsem bebre waka no e kire say eduru ba bi a yetumi kasa before ye ni ankasa na eye ohaw ma ye ho but enkrofo bi wa chiri ba bi a omukeke atiri bom na no ne ade a wo se ye ni bie ma me famra Ghana said the man penny a wanyan baby kono kasa ye die fi asem we the Africa and abe ye fie say MPP nya tumi NDC nya tumi no mo kotra brofo na nimu a no we gu ni ho animu ase na we buy wa anya hwe na we buy wa jiska na we re say na omo aka we num nyina chi no oyu a na ode nsatoro nsayam say na mo ye den na mo ye den ye pebesia Ibrahim Traoré say Africa hia besia bia bie mo oto. Now the enemy of Burkina Faso have been uncovered. Na eno ne baby a aye ade a wasa bibifo nyina authority a Ouattara ena France for no pese womo edini gina na wɔn afa hɔ nom ɛne Ibrahim Traoré adi asie na ɛbɛyɛ paa sɛ wo bibini waware broni deɛ na wobɛma ho kwan sɛ sika nti woyi wo nnua a wɔwɔ adwempa wekura ma menkasa wo ba wɔwɔ adwempa na nneɛma a ɔyɛ no ebi nsii da hwɛ aborɔfo no pɛ obi a wɔyɛ corrupt ɔmo pɛ obi a wɔyɛ wicked ɛma ɔno ane nkurɔfoɔ na ɔmo atumi ayusu no na ɔmo akriti chaos a na ɔmo apɛ kwan sɛ ɔmo ba bɛ bɔbɔ mmɔden sɛ yɛbɛsiesie na ɔmo afa ho because nneɛma a yɛwɔ wɔ yɛn asase no mu no Africa tan nyinaa no ɛne adwapade a Nyankopɔn de ama yɛn na ɛyɛ awerɛhosɛm yie sɛ yɛbɛdi sikachi na yɛatɔn yɛne yɛankasa yɛn nkurɔfoɔ ɛno na akɔ so a ebi ɛnɛsi wɔ Libya a ɔmo asɛ Libya ntumi enyina anan mu bie mu deɛ bae ne sɛ ɔmo engineer Libya foɔ na bi sɛ Gaddafi nye ni papa Gaddafi obi a ne tirim ɔden mo amo soma hu nneɛma papa na Gaddafi ɔyɛ ɔmo kum no wieyɛ no afei na ɔmo ahunu yie sɛ ɔmo atu yade patwene the same thing ɛna yɛnia nkruma deɛ ɔhyɛ aseɛ ntɛm ɛna ne ho yɛ aborɔfo no ahi sɛ akoa wei sɛ yɛnyina mfiri hɔ ma deɛ ɔde bɛba no ɛmmoa yɛn na wɔn fa kwan bi so na nipa atwa ohun ahyia no na wɔn de nsɛm bi ahyɛ ɔman ne tirim mikai etu nkruma deɛ so na misua nsɛm a wɔn kan yɛ ne nneɛma a wɔn kan kyɛ sɛ na wotia na kyɛ sɛ yɛ penti nipa nsa bɔnsam wɔn tu nkruma deɛ so no ɛma bɛsia de praeɛ pra Ghana bɔnten so sɛ yɛbusue ni na ɛkɔ abibifoɔ da bɛn ɛne ani bɛtie Thomas Sankara obi a no ɔne ne bɔkɔsua tafrɛ a ɔne ne kɔnna frɛ na ɛna ɔmo de sika papa no ɔte ase ohwɛ n'anim a n'anim maboro bi a na ɔmo ayɛ saa na yɛyi wo afiri hɔ na ɔmo benya ne ɔmo pɛ enti emre du sɛ the continent, it is time for Africa to come together and speak with one voice that enough is enough. Say Africa betimi aba begyina sɛ nipa baako a ma menka nkyerɛw sɛ akodie biara ni hɔ mo a ɔmbɛyɛ a ɛbɛyɛ adwuma. Because now Ibrahim Traoré is so attracted that those who have good mind and clear conscience are ready to support him. The Russians are there, Chinese are there, South Korea. Why? Because his life now has been attractive. And that is my definition of wisdom. Our politicians' wisdom is just mere talk. But my definition of wisdom is an act, effect, and practice. And this is what is going on at Burkina Faso. Enti emre disa yegina kasa ne do so dodo. De nti ameka se Kebi mami kebi MYN no. Now we don't even vote for the right people. It's all about money. Africa, if you have money, you can become a president. It's not because you have the quality. You have leadership quality. No, if you have money, if you can, spread money, because a lot of Africans live in poverty. Inti unyes kanana oto year. Enti most of the time yenya obi a oye visionia medi Africa nim. Na abrofono disika ebasa ombetimi disika. The Arabs, the Western and the Americans now disika na womo de omo pe de omo epe. Embre do say yesua bibi free ye bai ho na Africa gina ne na so ka say there be black man is capable. We have the ability. We also have head, and we can manage our own affair. Look at what is going on at Burkina Faso. They have now become creativity. They are creating phones, cars. Wow! At Burkina Faso, because of one man with vision. Now what in China baby I was me jiskaba bekuno. Anybody, I just want to run out. Anybody that will approach against Ibrahim Traoré, anywhere you fall into that pitch. The obetua mere biara obetum, because it's not just for Burkina Faso, but it's for Africa. This barrel is not for Burkina Faso, it's for Africa. If Ibrahim wins, it's for Africa. So it is time for Africa to come as one body and fight against the common enemies. Fight against the common enemy. I don't care where they are coming from, but if we can unite it, they will not have any access. If Africa unite, no weapon. Because they can't throw their weapon far away to Africa, but they will use people within, closer to the visioneer. It's all about money. Say that we need a discussion in somewhere. Are we are? Sikano okwajia over noari. Ako jiskano na unkrofo huna mania. Adie we na akoso maybe be my huna mani. Ouattara is not there for Ivory Coast. He's there for the Western. So no Nigeria France. Now wow mo kwam mo beseti mo kam. Say the betumi ayisu akoatia wunu na chese ya chi no a na yede. Na ede na abenya. Onyame Embo Ibrahim Traoré ho by. God protect him, guide him, lead him, strengthen him, so that he will maintain this integrity. He's a man of integrity, man of boldness, fearless. Wow. God protects you. Me do ase se wanyamre ahwe no achi Adkwart Studio. Adkwart Studio de ye ba ije fifi na yaka de beboa Ghana and Africa nyina. Mo ene hwe ni tie. Bye bye.